Here's a snapshot of the 2025 CEO Performance Award. And the thing to recognize here is we're talking about restricted stock, not stock options.
Right.
It's actually what's called performance conditioned restricted stock. So a lot of people are making the mistake of calling these stock options. They're not. Now, they're structured in many ways to behave like stock options, but they're not stock options because what happens is as soon as Elon has hit one of these requirements to hit a tranche, to get a tranche, he gains voting control.
Of that percentage.
Of that tranche, yes. And since that's one of Elon's main objectives is to increase his voting control, this is a way of getting that to him in advance of him even paying for the options or the stock.
Right.
See, I'm making that same mistake myself.
Yep.
Okay. So the company right now, about 1.1 trillion, they would have to essentially double in size in order for the first tranche to be achieved. Now, there are some operational guidelines as well. We'll get into those in a minute. We're just looking at the market cap part of this. And then it goes up by 500 billion stepwise until you get to the last two. And there's $1 trillion increase in order to get the last two.
Right.
And by that point, if he gets to the market cap to 8.5 billion and meets all the operational
trillion.
Trillion, thank you. 8.5 trillion and meets all the operational targets, he would receive 424 million restricted shares.
Okay.
All right. This is a table from the proxy, and it shows essentially if Elon is able to earn all these different tranches, what his potential ownership in the company could be, assuming he is able to find a way to retain all those shares. And we'll get into the nuance of that in a second, but that's actually going to be a pretty big deal. The amount of money that Elon may have to borrow in order to pay taxes is absolutely astounding.
Okay.
So we'll get into that detail in a second. That I think is very interesting. But potentially he could take his ownership up to about 29%.
Okay.
Potentially. Now they show some other things here if they exclude the 2018 CEO Performance Award, but the board has essentially neutralized the Delaware court, in my opinion. If the court rescinds the order, then this stands. If the court keeps the order, then they have plan B, that special share reserve to make Elon whole.
Right.
So for my money, I would look at this last column here.
So then I'm looking at just under 30% in the plan B version, and 30% of 8.5. I did good in math. That would be more like $2.5 trillion dollars worth of net worth of his value in Tesla.
It's a big number, isn't it?
Yeah.
He would have potentially, I think, 1.1 billion shares.
1.1 billion shares. Okay.
Yeah. If he was able to keep them all. Now, that's a stretch. Then we'll get into the reasons why in a second.
Right. Now, that's also assuming that you only get to the $8.5 billion valuation.
Correct.
You, among others, I think have suggested that even under this analysis, even under the method that they've come up with, he's more likely to be at the value of the company is more likely to be at 17 billion, which would put him at double this number.
Now you're making the same mistake I was. 17 trillion.
17 trillion. Yes.
Yes. Just for those that are watching, when we say billion, we probably mean trillion. So yeah, the numbers are so large. We'll get into this in a second. I think the company, once they meet the operational guidelines, the last one.
Yeah.